All right, to the phones. It must be smack off season. Look who's here. We go to Nocal. Vic. Broadway Vic. Hey, Vic, what's up?
Romy Rome. Game on, brother. Hey, I could totally see you, like, right before the show starts. You know, you look over to Ritt, and you're like, Ritt, we're about to go on the air. Are you ready? And he goes, Jim, I was born ready, man. Hey, by the way, man, have you ever noticed that Ritt looks exactly like Ken Whisenhunt? Google it, man. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, Rome, I heard you yesterday hating on that Detroit Lions Winnebago. Why? Dude, you haven't even seen it yet. I mean, how do you know it's not awesome? How do you know it's not like that one from that show Renegade, you know, from back in the day? You remember that show, Renegade? The one where Lorenzo Lamas spends his days riding Harleys and kicking ass while his Native American buddy trails behind him in a souped-up Winnebago? I mean, maybe the Detroit Lions one is just like that one, you know, all state-of-the-art, military-grade, outfitted with all the latest technology. And hell, who knows, maybe they even got some Native American badass to operate the whole thing. Hey, by the way, speaking of Native Americans, I was reading this morning that Elizabeth Warren's brother has died from coronavirus. That sucks, man. You know, some of the facts are still coming in, but it's believed that he contracted the virus from using a blanket that was given to him by the U.S. Army. Anyway, Rome, I've been listening to some of the old podcasts. I got a couple of suggestions for guests. The first is Travis Barker from Blink-182. You know, maybe he can talk about surviving a plane crash that killed his friends and left his body all burnt and what that was like and coming back from that, you know. Plus, he could tell you what it was like to run naked across the set of The Last Word. But the main guy I need to hear on the podcast, Rome, and I got to bring out the proper government name for this one, man. Tyson Luke Fury, the champ, Rome. Tyson Fury, man. You put that guy on the pod, it's going to be legendary, okay? He's going to make Mike Bisping sound like that one jockey from back in the day. That's right. There you go, Ritt. I just did like 80% of your job for you, bro. Anyway, Rome, I don't know if you're doing another deep dive tomorrow, but I have a deep dive I'd like to do here if you'll just indulge me for a second. Let me take you back, all the way back to 1994. NFL opening week, Monday Night Football. Dun, 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 dun. L.A. Raiders at San Francisco 49ers. Me, an impressionable young boy, and I got to witness the most gruesome thing I've ever seen on a TV screen, man. Raider Mike's going to know this one. Napoleon McCallum, all-time leading rusher of the Naval Academy, takes the handoff, gains about 1 yard, and then gets his freaking leg folded up into an origami figure. It was disgusting. Dude, it made Joe Theismann's injury look like an ankle sprain. And, of course, you know, the Monday Night Football guys during the replay are all like, if you folks at home are squeamish at all about this sort of thing, you might want to look away from your snap. Before you could even look away, man, they're hitting you from all kinds of angles with the replays, you know. You got helmet cam, jockstrap cam, compound fracture cam, and Dan Dierdorf is breaking it all down with the telestrator, you know. I mean, he's basically using Napoleon's leg to show you how the Pythagorean theorem works. All right, folks, if you notice here with the telestrator, the bones of Napoleon McCallum's legs are in the shape of a right triangle. Here we got tibia squared plus fibula squared equals femur squared. Now let's send it down to the field to Eric Dickerson. All right, Dan, I spoke with the Raiders head trainer, and I think Napoleon McCallum will not return for the second half. Al? Now, why do I bring this up, man? What made me think of this deep dive? Well, the reason is, Rome, up until this week, that was the ugliest thing I'd ever seen on a screen. But that changed this week when I caught a glimpse on Twitter the other day of Rick and Buffalo's old lady. Oh, my God, man. Look, I'm not saying the lady is fat and hairy, but like I said before, Rome, Rick
Vic?
used as a description of his wedding night. War Buffalo never getting a tour stop, War Rick and Buffalo never winning anything on this show, and War the Bills drafting a bust tonight.
All right, so for the record, there is no freaking conspiracy. I don't know what happened to him on that punchline. We did not dump it. We did not chase it. I didn't do anything with it. That had nothing to do with me. Now, I want to say it's got nothing to do with us. Ritt, do you have any idea what happened there? Did you do anything? Did you hit a button? All right, Ritt says no. So, Vic, do not take to Twitter. Do not say it was us. We did not censor you. Obviously, Vic, I let you go for 5 minutes. Yo, bro, you know today's not the smack off, right? Anyway, that's what Vic does. And actually, I'm kind of into it. I encourage it. It is smack off season. All right, so he's kind of stretching himself out a little bit, stretching his legs, getting loose, getting in a rep or two. Vic is one of those guys, and I respect this. He shows up during the season. He does not shut down and save everything for the day of. But I don't know where he went when it came to deliver that knockout blow regarding Rick. We did not do anything. He just disappeared for a minute. 1-800-636-8686. He always inspires reaction. Hit me up on Twitter at Jim Rome. Email me at Rome, R-O-M-E, at haveatake.com. So it must be smack off season. Already Tyler in Shredmonton came out of the woodwork. He tried. It did not go well. Vic came out with the heavy lumber. The beef he has with Rick is real. Those dudes don't like each other at all. He talked about that deep dive with Napoleon McCallum. I don't know. When I think about that, that was a gruesome injury. A gruesome injury. I thought, it's been a long time, but I could have swore there was a talk show that was reporting that he was going to have his leg amputated. But that didn't happen, thankfully.